Alright, good afternoon. So this video is about how I met Linda Fairstein. So it was around 2005, 2005. One of those years in Washington DC. I was in high school, AP English literature class. She's an author and she brought books. She was doing her like book tour or whatever. Anyway, she was invited to our school and she came, she gave us books, and I think she signed them, I'm not sure. I might still have the book or I might have thrown it away out of anger. I'm not 100% sure. Or it might be packed up somewhere. Anyway, this woman, the school I went to in DC was like half black, literally half black, half Hispanic. Mostly like El Salvadorians went there. But yeah, that was the school. Half black, half Hispanic. And that was a very demographic of people who she seemed to have this deep hatred for. Because after she came to the school, like a couple years later, after YouTube came out, and I'm big on the internet in terms of, I'm always on the internet watching things, watching documentaries especially, and just learning things, reading, what have you. And I came across the Central Park 5, the exonerated 5. So these 5 kids who were wrongfully accused and convicted of raping this white woman. And I kept seeing the name Linda Fairstein in the articles, in the documentary. And I'm like, no, this cannot be the same Linda Fairstein that I met. It can't possibly be her. It has to be somebody. It has to be some other person with her name. Because this Linda Fairstein is a prosecutor, and the one I met is an author. So it can't be the same person. So I'm there doing more research. I'm like, yeah, this woman, she looks just like her. So I'm like, it's her. And I'm doing the research, I'm seeing, oh, it's her. It's this same woman who is a prosecutor who wrote these books and is making a killing after wrongfully accusing 4 boys, 4 teenage boys, 14 to 16. You're not talking adult teenagers. You're talking teens, children who haven't developed their they haven't developed the character who they are going to be in life yet. They don't know what they want to do with their lives yet. You're talking children who are just experiencing life. They're still growing up. They're still experiencing youth. She literally coerced these kids into admitting to crimes that they did not commit. This grown woman, this adult woman, paid by the state using millions of dollars in resources to convict 4 teenage boys. And at that moment, when I realized and I finally faced the truth that I literally met this person in real life, and this person came off as a normal, decent human being to me, I couldn't believe it was the same disgusting human being. The sad excuse for a human being. This racist creature of a human being. It's the same person that was brought to this black school, this Hispanic school, to speak to and meet and greet. The same type of people she was so vicious against. I cannot believe how did this slip through the cracks that this woman was allowed to come and speak to us. This woman was afforded all the luxury of being able to be published and revered and respected in society after she did such an egregious act. Like how much more of a racist do you have to be? How much more of a disgusting human being you have to be? To convict 4 children of a crime they did with zero evidence at all. With zero evidence. With zero evidence. And then the strangest thing about this, she's so pro-woman that she saw fit to convict 4 children of a rape and a brutal beating, what amounts to attempted murder. She saw it fit to convict them and send them to prison for up to what, 15 years? One of the boys served 15 years of trauma and violence, psychological damage, and this person had a disability to begin with. And this person had to endure that for 15 years. So she sent these 5 children to prison. Meanwhile, the real person who did it wasn't convicted for the same crime. So there was a period of time when the person, the actual perpetrator, was out there raping other women. And this is during the time where she was wrongfully prosecuting and convicting these 4 boys. And the fact that I met this person and wasn't able to bring this up, because at the time in 2004, 2005, I was very much a young activist. I lived in Washington DC, and if you know anything, there's always protests going on. So there was always something to do, and a lot of people were very active politically, even within our school. Sometimes we would leave school to go downtown to join protests for countless reasons. So I wouldn't have hesitated to bring this up in English literature class, whether my teacher liked it or not. I would have brought it up, and I'm sure I had a few students in the school who would have joined me to shame this woman, because she deserved to be shamed about this. She doesn't deserve to be walking in her heels and her pea coat and her scarf, proud and like an upstanding citizen after what she did to these children. That isn't how it should have panned out. Especially not coming to a school full of black students. Anyway, that is how I met Linda Fairstein. She came to my high school in my class and gave me a book. And I felt bamboozled. I felt bamboozled. She should not have been afforded that opportunity to come to our school pretending she's a decent human being, because she's not a decent human being. She should be she should she should be serving some time for wrongfully convicting those children. She should be isolated from society for doing what she did to those, for terrorizing those children. She should not be allowed to live comfortably in society. So now I'm glad to hear that she's losing her publisher and she's being taken off board and she has to step down from this and step down from that. What took these people so long? Is it that they didn't know that she did this? Because this was in the news. I'm so glad that this recent movie has been released. How they see us. Because that was like my main thing in the comment section in YouTube videos, when people are wondering why is Donald Trump racist? Because he was calling for the death penalty to be brought back, specifically to put these boys on death row. These kids, these innocent kids, and even after they were exonerated, he still hasn't apologized for what he did. He still thinks they did it, despite the evidence proving otherwise. But anyway, this woman, Linda Fairstein, has the nerve, has the gall to be pretending that she's a decent human being and still cannot admit to this day what she did wrong. And she addressed the boys as men. That is how she addressed the boys that she wrongfully convicted. This is a disgusting human being. And I'm so sorry that I was face to face with her, and I regret being ignorant of the facts of who she was and being unable to confront her about it. For that I'm so disappointed. You know what I need to search my garage and see, because I have a whole heap of books piled up, and see if her book is there, so I can do a nice book burning. And I remember the book too. I think it was the Bone Vault or something like that. Some crime drama business. So this person has a wide, a deep imagination. And when she saw those boys, her inherent racism saw guilt. And so she proceeded to prosecute, to harass, to attack, prosecute and convict 4 innocent children. She made up this elaborate, she along with the lead prosecutor, Elizabeth Lederer, and the New York police, proceeded